Alright guys, so I'm taking a look at some Instant Pot accessories. There's several pieces to this little kit here, little bundle. So what I think is cool about this for me, and this is more of a check this out, you might like this as well type of a situation as opposed to a actual review, because my parents are the one that use the Instant Pot, and I like some of the included accessories because I have some things that are like them, and I like them, and I like having these to use the same way. So I think this is for eggs, and these pieces are removable. I believe that's assembled correctly, so it makes a little stand. I don't do eggs, so, but yeah, you have this little piece, and it's nice quality, stainless steel. You know, there's not a whole lot of flex to it, so pretty good as far as the quality goes. And then you have this little, I always want to say steamer basket here, or colander type basket. But you can see it's got the little handles and very solid. So really like that, you know, you have pretty good quality components. But that is two of the parts that I don't care as much about. And then here is, I guess, like a little cake type, and you have this pan that is removable. It's also got a very slick feel to it. It's a non-stick, and of course that can be popped open right here, so that you can release and remove your cake or whatever you're making, or bread or whatever it is you're making, very, very easily. So those three components all seem to be made really, really well. But those are the parts that I don't have as much interest in. Those are specifically for the Instant Pot. So good quality products that my parents will enjoy, you might like as well. What I like is the other little add-on accessories and such. Simple things, but I like them, you know, because it's silicone. It's all one piece, as opposed to some where there's a separation here, and that comes apart. And the problem with that is sometimes you get a bunch of gunk, food builds up in there, and if you don't clean it properly, that can definitely lead to some really nasty utensils. So this all one piece, plus it's a beautiful color blue, my favorite color, so I like that. You got the little hole for hanging it, and it's all silicone, so it should last, deal with heat, no problem. It's got, I think it's metal because it's really, really strong. Doesn't want to bend. So that's one of the things that I like. Also like these little tongs. Everything's basically blue, so that makes it really easy. And these, of course, lock and unlock with this piece here. So you slide that in. It has a nice spring on it. And it's all silicone as well, so nice and not going to scratch your surfaces. Also going to be good as far as not being a problem for heat. So that's cool. Then you have a little mini whisk. Now, because I usually just make like single serve or relatively small servings in some, you know, instances, a lot of cases, something really small like this as opposed to the much larger is ideal. So this is a handy solution, I think. And again, stainless steel, so should last quite a long time. Same thing here, stainless steel. These are actually quite heavy, but stainless steel. I have some that are plastic, so it's nice to have a stainless steel set, and they are marked on the actual handle, so that's pretty nice. And then these little things here, I don't know if you've ever had these like this, but I love these things, especially like when I'm using a rice cooker. You've got, it looks kind of like this, and it comes right up to the edge, so it's really hard to get a hold. So what I like to do is grab with this, and I can actually get a little better hold. So I like these as opposed to a traditional pot holder or glove for some things, because they really, really serve that function. They have that nice texture, they're very grippy, and I don't have to worry about heat, and yeah, they just work. So I like these, and you get, you know, a set, so you can actually do both hands. But yeah, these for me are just really, really nice to have. I really like the design and the function. Like I said, I have some similar to this at home, and I'm really happy with them, so I like having, you know, this set here. Then you have this. Now the only thing I'll say about this is it's a little thinner than the ones I have, but it's okay. You just have to make sure and be careful depending on how hot the item is and what surface you're setting it on. That may be something to consider, just because it may be too thin, possibly, I would assume, for some temperatures. But it's really soft and flexible and pliable. But I like these as opposed to like a cloth pot holder, because you can basically just rinse these off and you're done. Cleanup is a lot simpler. I also like these because you can kind of use this if you have a jar that you want to grab hold and get a grip on. You can actually open jars with this pretty easily, which these kind of work for that purpose too, but they're not as big, so for larger jars they won't work. I guess you could use these like a little coaster too, and for cleaning things, they work really well. But as opposed to a traditional sponge in the kitchen, I think these are kind of handy for using in that regard because of the little teeth or feet or whatever these little standoff pieces creates a little bit of a texture. It feels really weird, feels nice. And kind of give you some scrubbing action, so you could use these for cleaning and such. Hang these up, and you do get 2 of these. But yeah, just, I guess, multi-purpose type thing. But that's what I like as far as my use and everything. And then last but not least is this. And I think this is kind of cool. Like if you wanted to have some really big ice cubes, that's what I like it for. You can do that, and it's cool because you can push them out as opposed to having to have like a plastic where you have to twist and pry and beat on it and run water over it and melt it and everything. You can kind of push the ice cube out, which is really cool. The other cool thing is because it has a top on it, you don't have to worry about if you need to put it in the freezer, and it just kind of lays right there on top. Kind of snaps into place a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. So it has a little bit of a lip, so it kind of locks into place a little bit. And so if you get this all the way on, all the way around, you should be able to stay on there. So the cool thing though is, of course, once you have it covered, instead of having your ice exposed directly, you can lay stuff or stack stuff on top of this once it's a little bit frozen, because this is soft, so it will push, in. So, but yeah, I just wanted to share this with you because I think that overall, as an entire set or bundle or whatever, it has quite a bit of functionality and some quite useful aspects. But I don't know. I guess depending on what you think is something you would use, whether you would want to check this out or not. But by any means, I just wanted to share it with you. I think it's really cool. The components all seem of high quality, and it has some interesting little things that I don't have. Like I don't have these, but I think these are great, like I said, as opposed to like kitchen sponges just for cleaning purposes, or you can even use these as coasters, although if it's a really sweaty type drink or something, obviously it's not going to catch. But so much of that condensation where it sweats, so wouldn't be perfect for that. Probably work for some kind of hot beverage though, if that's something you're into. But anyway, just some useful things. These are very, very handy. Definitely pick these up. Even if you don't pick up the rest, you might want to check into these. But yeah, so I wanted to share that with you really quickly. You can check out the link below if you want to find out more. It all seems like they're really well made, and I'm sure like my parents will enjoy it. It's nice to give them some stuff, that they can use every now and then. And then I get to keep some of the stuff they don't want. Or maybe they want it and won't get it. Anyway, check out the link if you want to know more. Thanks for watching.